Good morning.
Hi,
How are ya?
I'm good. Are you all packed?
I'm getting there
Where you going?
to Salt Lake City.
Oh, to ski?
Yep,
For how long?
10 days.
Oh my goodness. So we're not having class next week, are we?
I think we're gonna do Tuesday and Thursday.
Okay, that's fine.
We won't do Saturday and Sunday.
Okay.
This coming Christmas Day you're not doing, right? That's fine.
No, so I can send out a class for you guys to do if you want. I mean, I'll definitely send out some classes and you can do them.
A
But-
stretchy class.
Okay. And then as long as we have Wi-Fi at the Airbnb that we rented, which we should, we'll do Tuesday, and then I'll send out a message, because with the time change, I'm gonna switch up the time, but I don't know what time it's gonna be at.
Don't
So
worry.
either you can do it at that time, or I just send it to you and you do it on your own time. Is that
Just be careful.
I know, I'm not breaking anything.
I mean, I don't know if you had a DEXA scan or not, but
A what scan?
a DEXA scan,
No, like a bone scan?
it's for bone health. I mean, I'm sure you're fine, but still. If anyone would be okay, it would be you.
I hope. I haven't skied in 10 years, so my sister's like, it's like riding a bike, you'll be fine. So
Okay.
as long as I don't have to keep up with Rick, I'm fine. Yeah, it'll be fun. Okay, let's do this. We need to work a little bit, move a little bit, stretch a little bit, and then start our day and have a little bit of fun, but not too much fun. Too much fun's not good, right? Sweep this arm up. Take your feet wide, the width of the mat. Now move your hip to the side. And just try to really reach this arm up. Don't worry about going over. I don't want you to feel any pinch or, ickiness here. I want you to build length through the side of the body. So just hold this and breathe a few more times. And your head, when you do these moves, just make sure you're not straining your neck. So always find a good place for your head to be. Okay, let's do the same on the opposite side. So the hip goes to the side and the arm goes nice and long. Just hang out here. And again, I talked a lot about when we're in these stretches, switching up the angle, make sure you're getting the most out of them. So keep that in mind today. Okay, back to the first side, only because it feels good and it's good for us. Nice. So I think we have to wake up at like 3 a.m. to leave for the Miami airport. It's so busy there. It's crazy. Okay, keep your feet where they are. Bring the arms forward and squeeze the elbows back. Really puff out the chest. So you feel a big pinch between the shoulder blades, or muscle activation, as Sean likes to call it. Now just push the arms forward, keep them wide. Now from here, I want you to let the shoulders push forward. So you're moving the whole shoulder carriage forward. Now pull it back and take the elbows back. Nice. And let's do that again. Forward with the arms, forward with the shoulders, like you're really trying to reach. Trying to get a nice stretch here in the back of the shoulder. Sometimes those muscles get sore just from even planking. Okay, pull back. And one more time forward and really reach. Now you're going to hold this forward reach. Drift your butt back a little bit and weight your heels. Keep the arms pushing forward. And now try to lift them just a few inches. So we're just switching up the angle, right? We're not changing the stretch ready. Now lower them, push them more forward, the shoulders, and then lift them. So it's not a big move. Lift, Now, back up to standing, squeeze the elbows back there. So you're pushing them back, but now I want you to squeeze them towards each other. Nice. Now take the hand and move them out to the side. Try to keep your wrists neutral. And now bring the arms back in and then back out. And this, I mean, this should feel like an exercise, not a stretch. And let's do it one more time. And now take the arms out, make that goalpost, and let the hands come forward. Now, while you're here, just try to move the elbows back a little bit. Play around with the ankle, come back up with the hands, and then take it back down. When you lower the arms, try to make sure your elbows are not coming down. We've got a few more of these. Nice. Hold them down. Now really try your best to get the elbows a tiny bit further back. Pull in your belly. I want you to work your six-pack muscle. And then let the elbows come down towards the side of the body and then lift them back up. Keep those wrists nice and neutral. And sometimes you kind of need to have a look at what's going on with the body, because sometimes the messages we send don't get received. And the body does weird stuff. Okay, up and hold, back with the elbows again. And now, back with the goalpost and push the arms up. Now, if you need to have them wide because it feels better, do it. If you want to pull them together a little, do it. But what I want you to try your best to do is lift from the top of your head. So we're trying to grow the spine. We're trying to come out of these hips. So nothing is sinking towards the earth. We're all reaching. Okay, we're going to come down halfway with the body. Try not to lose your posture here. You want to keep a nice long spine. So nice little tug in the back of the legs, I hope. We're just going to hold this a few more breaths. Now, if you can, I would like you to be in a straight leg. Okay, now slowly come back up. Sweep the arms up towards the ceiling. Try to come out of these hips, really lift. And then back down where we just were. Push your butt back and get into those heels. Now we're going to take the arms out to the side and see if you can lift the hands a little higher up without moving the torso. And now let the hands come together. Just kind of relax that upper back. And now let's do it again. Lift as best you can. And then bring the hands together. And one more time. Really try to keep the arms nice and straight. Okay, let the hands go. Come back up to standing. So we're going to take the right foot. Open it to the side. You haven't changed the position of your feet other than this right foot's pointing sideways. Left hand on your hip. I want you to push your hips backwards. This front leg's going to stay straight. Come on down nice and slow. Now, it's not about moving your upper body forward. A lot of people do that. Keep the body just over the leg. You come down as low as you're comfortable. You are the boss today. So there is no perfect way to do anything. It's just finding a nice little happy place to hang out. Now, while you're here hanging out, I want you to continue to move that hip that way. So you feel a big stretch right in that inner thigh. So let's come back up. Take that foot forward and let's open the other one. Move your hips to the right side. Keep your chest proud as you slide down the leg. Stop wherever you want to hang out. Just take a few big deep breaths while you're holding these stretches today. It's amazing the power of breath. And if it hurts your head to hold it up, you can turn it and look at your foot. And then come back and look forward. Okay, we're going to come back up with that hand, turn that foot back forward. Arms come out in front parallel to the floor. I want you to push your butt backwards and bend the knees a little bit. Engage the tummy muscles. Your feet are still in the same position they were when we started. Come down a little lower. Looking for a little quad, little wake up of these quads. Now I want you to take your left toes, open them to the side a little bit, and same with the right. So you're kind of like in a sumo squat position. We're going to come down a little. Just hang right here. Now, try your best to push your rear end backwards and get out of the toes. Now bring your hands to heart so the upper body gets a little break. Come down a little lower if you can. And if it's not comfortable, don't do it. Let's take the arms back out. And this time to elevate the arms. Okay, let's take the hands to the floor. Turn your feet so they're facing forward. Look through your knees to the back of the room. So you're going to let your head go and your spine goes into flexion. Just try your best to unweight the body. And if it's easier for you to fold the arms to do that, go ahead and fold the arms. As you exhale each breath, they might get a little closer to the floor. How awesome would that be? Great way to stretch out your lower back also. Keep that belly pulling in. Take a few more breaths. We are all going to meet in plank pose. So walk your hands all the way to the front of the mat. You're going to step your feet in and find yourself in a high plank. Hold here and just breathe. Push your heels to the back of the room so your legs are nice and long. Pull through to your down dog. Drive your heels to the floor. You want to make sure you can see the sides of your arms through your peripheral vision. Just take a few more breaths as you get good blood flow to your upper body. Okay, let's meet back in plank. Step your feet into bear. And we're not going to hang out in bear. We're just going to put our knees down on the floor. I want you to take the hips back over the heels. And we're going for a big lat stretch here. So let's open up the hands so they're the width of the mat. And this time as you breathe, try to get the armpits going towards the floor. It's not forcing. It's just kind of grooving and, enjoying. So your spine is long, you're not sitting on your heels, and your forehead is off the floor. So you're actually working those neck muscles. Okay, let's come up onto all fours. So you're going to slide your wrists under the shoulders. We're going to take the left hand to the left ear, and we're going to lift that left shoulder up. Keep your hips from moving. And then do the same on the opposite side. The effort starts
at the shoulder. The elbow is going to go automatic. Do it again on the opposite side. And one more time. Okay, we're going to come up onto our knees. I'm going to have you step your left foot forward. And if you need a towel under your right knee, go ahead and do it. We're just going to stretch out our hip flexor here. So let's let the hips pull forward a little bit. Your toes in the back are tucked under. We're going to come off the knee eventually. Bring both hands down as you bend your front knee a little more forward. So you've got your hands on the instep of that foot, and the hips are pushing down towards the floor. Now, I want you to activate your inner thigh muscle by pushing your left knee into the arm. Create that force. And then release the knee out to the side. And then push it in again. PMF stretch. And then release it. And one last time. Make these pushes, like make them great. Okay, hips are going to push back. You take your left hand to the outside of that foot. And now we're going to move the hips back and we're going to try to straighten this left leg. Toes point up towards the ceiling. So you're pushing the toes towards your shin so you get that muscle activated. The hips are nice and square. You're just hanging out, enjoying a hammy stretch. Okay, let's bring it forward. We're going to come off that knee and hold this low lunge. So I have my left knee just over the ankle. Now from here, I'm going to release the hands off the floor. I'm going to come up with my upper body, flip the palms to face the ceiling, move the hands back. Big stretch for your right hip flexor. Now take the palms and rotate them. And then turn them again. Work the range of motion that you have. Rotate them as much as you can. Now let's have the palms face up and let's bring the hands, make a Y. So keep them nice and wide and reach, get them really long. You should like almost be breaking into a sweat because this is challenging, just holding this, keeping all these muscles active. Okay, we're going to bring our hands to heart. I'm going to have you lean forward. You're high on the toes on your back foot. Now, once you've leaned forward, I want you to try to straighten your left leg. Just hold this pose. It's a little bit of a balance challenge. And if you feel too unstable, take the back foot and move it more to the right. Now to challenge the balance, we're going to rotate the shoulders left with our front leg as straight as we can get it. And we're only doing this once. So hang out here, take a breath or two. Rotate back. Now, bend your front knee. Keep your upper body leaning forward. Get nice and high on the toes on the back foot. We do that so that we can put most of your body weight into this left leg. Now we're going to bring the hands down to the mat. We're going to step back, meet and plank. How fun was that? Okay, right to a down dog. Just kind of enjoy being inverted. Close your eyes, get lost. Everything on your to-do list today, just erase it. Think about your breath. Picture a blue sky, warm sun, and just breathe. Okay, come back to plank. Step your knees into bear. Put the knees down on the floor. Let's come off the knees. We're gonna step, oh, sorry, our right foot, step it forward. Put that towel under that left knee if you need a little cushion. Hands are gonna come down along with the hips. So if your butt's sticking up in the air, lower it. So you're getting a nice little inner thigh groin stretch. Should feel good. Now let's get this right knee pushing into the right arm. And then release it out to the side. Just let it go. And then pull it back in. Create a lot of force here with that inner thigh. Push the leg as much as you can, and then let it go. The more you push, the more you get out of this. And let it go to the side. And one last push. Okay, we're going to take the right hand to the outside of the foot. Scoot that leg forward a little bit. Pull the hips back. Toes point up to the ceiling. So the leg is straight and you're pushing your toes towards your shin. So you're getting the shin activated. Your hips stay as square as you can get them. Okay, let's pull back forward. So your right knee is right on top of the ankle. We're going to come off the back knee. Hold the runner's lunge for just a second. And then slowly lift the hands off the floor. Move them out to the side. Come up with the shoulders. Now you can have a slight forward lean with your upper body. So you don't squinch up anything in your lower back. You can lean forward slightly. Again, you just want to release the hip flexor, but you don't want to cause any aggravation in the back. So you got to wiggle around to find that right sweet spot. Now flip the palms, move the hands back, and you're trying to reach to touch both sides of your room. And then rotate them while you're still reaching. And just keep oscillating between the two. Okay, hold the palms so they face up. Bring the arms up, make that nice Y. So you're trying to pull the shoulders away from each other. Hold that. I just got to fix something on my screen. Nice. Okay, make sure you're pulling those shoulders down. And now you're going to bring those elbows into the side of the body. This is your little reprieve. Pull the elbows back. Now, hold the elbows back there. Proud out your chest. Lean forward. And again, if you don't feel stable, take this left foot, move it out to the side a little bit more. Come on down. Keep your elbows up and your stomach in. So this should feel like a little bit of work. Now, take your hands to your front leg, release the back. Just let it hang up, but keep good posture. Now I want you to, as you're leaning forward, I want you to straighten this left leg if you can. And just hold. Get really high on the back foot. Toes, really high on the toes. And now let's bring that bend back into the front leg. And bring your hands to heart. So your knee is right over your heel and you've got a big, huge forward lean with the upper body. Stay off that back foot as much as you can while you hold this and breathe. Now to amp it up, we got a little rotation going right. Just the shoulders move, everything else stays the same. You're only doing this rotation one time. Bring it back. Take your hands down to the floor, step back, medium plank. So from here, I'm going to have you lower to the forearms. So we're all in a low plank. Bring your feet together, toes and heels. Legs are straight. Booty pushes up a couple of inches and then lower your right hip. Don't move the ankles. Lift the hip. So booty up, hip down on the left side. Keep sucking in that stomach. Booty up, go down on the right side. Be mindful not to drop the face. Booty up, down on the left. Legs are nice and straight, just relax and breathe. We're almost done this. Child's pose coming up in 5 breaths. Hold your low plank. Nice job. Okay, knees down. You're going to walk your forearms all the way back. I'd like you to sit on your heels and open up the knees. Now this time we're going to let the forehead come all the way down to the floor, and your arms can be wherever you like. Take some nice, big, huge breaths right into that lower back. Feel the ribs expand. Okay, come back up. Bring those knees together. Kick your feet out to the side. We're going to lie down. Woohoo! But we're going down slow, Pilates style. Working our core a little bit here. Then we got a few more stretches to do. So let's take the arms out. Sit up nice and tall. You're in staff pose, but you got your feet in the corners of your mat. Because when we come back up, I want you to be able to dive forward. So C-curve the spine and pull in the stomach simultaneously. Go as slow as you can. You just want to savor it as much as you can. Now, once you're down, yes, we get to give ourselves a little love. The arms are going all the way back. Point those toes. Reach. Pull in the stomach actively, even though it's probably in. You got to keep that activation going. Now, bring the arms back up slowly. Head's going to lift off the floor. Tuck your chin. Flex your feet. Lift up slowly while you pull in the stomach. Keep that spine rounding over and dive through your legs. Let your head go. Just breathe here. 3 or 4 big breaths. Okay, keep the spine in flexion, come back up, and then we're going right back down. Nice and slow. Head relaxes, arms go back, point those toes. Your arms are reaching as long as you can get them. Spread your fingers wide. And now start to elevate the arms back up. Lift the head, tuck your chin, suck in the stomach, come on back up. Round forward, dive through the legs. 5 big breaths here. This is such a good stretch because you get the benefit of stretching the back of the legs and your lower back. upper gluteals. Again, it's all about bringing movement to the body. It's really just common sense, right? The less you move, the less you're able to. Come on back up. And we're going back down one last time. Now, once we get down there, we're going to meet in a figure 4 stretch. So you're going to take your right foot, flex it, and sit it on top of your left thigh. Now, before you pick that left foot up off the floor, I want you to move your right knee forward. Get that leg working, actively moving forward. Now let's try to relax the shoulders while we do this figure 4 stretch. So we're going to lift the foot off the floor, pull that left knee in towards you. And if you want to use your hands around your hamstring, go ahead. But try not to stress out your shoulders. Or maybe you're holding your shin. Now, when you exhale, try to relax your upper body. It's just the lower body you're activating. So that means we're still trying to move the left knee towards us and the right knee away from us. Remember how powerful your breath can be. And you don't just remember it in a yoga class, you remember it throughout your day. Give yourself an opportunity to breathe. Okay, let's take this left foot down on the floor. And then the right, and we're going to switch. So left foot on top of right thigh. Just let your hands chill out and let your body do the work here first. So left knee moves forward. Patience, right? Patience is a virtue. Okay, let's move the right knee in and hold on wherever you can. We keep the stretch active. So let's try to bring the knee in a little closer, the right one. Let's try to move the left one forward. Just hold it, breathe a few more times. Okay, let's release it. Right foot to the floor, left foot to the floor. Let's cross the right knee over the left knee. Slide your left foot down the mat so you don't have a big bend in the legs. Let the knees go to the right side. So now you're on the side of that left foot. You use the right leg to guide the left knee towards the floor. It's not going to get there. Don't let it get there. Open that left arm out 45 degrees from the bottom. You are welcome. This is probably one of the best stretches for your side body and your outer hip that you could do. Keep it active so you're continually pressing that left knee towards the floor. And we're stretching out our chest. So switch up the angle slightly of the arm. Maybe it moves out to the side a little more. Maybe it moves back a little more. Play around with it and find a spot that feels good. Now, when you exhale, you can think about sending a message to that left shoulder to just chill, get closer to the floor, do its thing. Okay, bring that left arm in. Before you bring the knees up, let's just uncross them. It's a little easier. Get back on your back. Now we're going to bring both knees into the chest, and we're going to make big circles independent of one another. So you got your hands on your knees, just move them around. Now move them forward as long as your arms are, open them out, and then pull them back in. So we're switching up. Okay, let's put our feet down on the floor. You're going to cross your left knee over the right. Slide that right foot down so you don't have a big bend in the knees. Let the knees come to the left side, so you're on the side of that foot. And then take the right arm, bring it into play. So nice big deep breaths. Continually drive that knee towards the floor. Reach that arm long, no bend in the arm. Find the angle that feels good for you. Probably getting a great stretch in the chest. This is so good because we spend so much time throughout the day rounding over technology or a steering wheel. So this is a great chest stretch. Okay, let's bring that arm back in. Uncross the knees, bring the knees back up. From here, we're going to go right into a happy baby. So get there however you do. I like to hold the outsides of my feet with my elbows on the inside of the knees. Try to be mindful to keep your lower back on the floor. And just enjoy a little pressure into the feet, pressing your knees down towards the floor. Let's just add a little gentle rock if you want to. Okay. Release out of that. Let's get back into a bent leg with both feet on the floor. We're just going to rock our pelvis a little bit. So here, starting out, I have no connection with my lower back to the floor. I got that big space. That's your natural curve in your lower back. Get rid of it by pushing that lower back into the floor. Little pelvic tilt. And then go back forward. Rotate the pelvis down as far as it can go. And then rock it back. I'm just going to do this a few more times. Roll it forward. And rock it back. Now come back to a neutral place that feels normal for you. Lift your left leg up to the ceiling and slide your right leg down along the floor. Flex your left foot. Now you're not holding onto your leg. You're just letting the leg do the work. So no towel, no hands on your left leg. Push your heel to the sky or to the ceiling. So that leg is very active and straight. Keep that push and just lift that right heel 2 inches off the floor. Now it becomes a little bit of side body work. Again, you're not holding anything with your arms. Now you're pushing the right heel forward and the left heel to the ceiling, and you're just holding. And now put the right leg down. And in slow motion, as you push the heel away from you, we're going to lower the left leg all the way down to the floor. Nice and slow and in control. Slide both feet in. You're back to your bent leg. Roll the pelvis forward. Get rid of the space between your lower back and the floor. And just keep oscillating between the two. And it's, you know, it's slow and it's deliberate. Okay, come back to a neutral spine. Lift your right leg up towards the ceiling. No hands. Get the leg straight, flex the foot. Now, push your heel to the ceiling. Slide your left leg down along the floor. Flex your left foot and push that left heel towards the front of your room. Keep both active and come off that left heel just a couple of inches. We're just going to hold this. Just relax the shoulders. And let's put the left heel down. Slow motion with the right leg as you push the heel out. Take that leg back down to the floor. You're going to point your toes, roll your toes into each other so they're touching. Now create a little bend in the leg, very small, until you can get your knees touching. And you're like, oh no, here we go. She's going to make us lift our butt off the floor. Yes, I am. But before we do that, push your heels into the floor. Push your heels isometrically towards your butt. Squeeze your knees with all the force you can find in your body. And now pick your butt up. Cup your fingers, only fingers on the floor. Squeeze your knees. You're only here one time. Make it great. Squeeze those knees. 5, 4, 3, 2, and release. Oh my goodness. Okay. Relax the arms. You're going to roll your feet in and out. So you're just shaking up the legs. Nice. Now bring one knee in, left knee into the chest. Keep your right leg down along the floor. Now take your right arm, open it out at the height, your wrist and shoulder line up. So that arm is going out to the side, your right arm. Your left hand is on the left knee. Move your knee so it's over the hip. So your left arm is now straight. Open the knee to the side. Keep your right butt cheek on the floor. Pull that knee in, you're making a little circle. Maybe it's just a half circle. Push the knee forward, open it, and bring it in. One more time. The right arm out to the side helps you counterbalance and stay with your hips square on the floor. Okay, put the left foot down, extend it all the way down along the floor. Do the same on the opposite side. So your left arm opens to the side. Bring that right knee into the chest. And now you're going to move that left knee as far forward as you can so you've straightened your right arm. Open it to the side. And pull it up and in. So you're making that half circle. Bring it forward, side, and in. Let's just do that a few more times. While you pull that belly down, you've got to work that six pack. Okay, both knees on the floor, both arms out to the side. Your feet are hip width apart, and you got a pretty good bend in the legs. Now just roll the knees to the right and let them hang wherever they want to land. And just relax. So you're getting upper glute on the left and a little bit of the side body on the left. Hopefully you're feeling that. Take a big, huge belly breath. So a belly breath is you take as much air into your tummy that you feel the tummy puff out and then release it. Let's do that again. Belly breath in, puff out your belly, hold it, and then let it go. Okay, now you know the drill. Do that 2 more times on your own. Nice. Okay, 1 knee at a time, come back up. Same thing, opposite side. So just let the knees go left. Let them land wherever they want. Start your breathing. Nice job. Bring the knees back up. Bring them both into the chest. Keep them together, make a little circle. Change the direction. Now rock and roll forward. Come all the way up onto the toes. Hang out here, nice and high on those toes. Great, okay. Heels down, look through your knees, you're in a full forward fold, let your head go. Last time inverting, take a few breaths. 1 knee at a time, 1 hand at a time, and cup your knees, come on up. Nice and slow. Nice, big deep breath. I thank you guys so much for your power and your strength. I hope you enjoyed the class as much as I enjoyed teaching it and taking it. Okay.